One must ask, what are you afraid of? If you're afraid of something, are you afraid of death, for instance? That's my first question and my most important one. Because if you are, there's no reason to be afraid. Life is eternal. It's been proven countless times. This is going back more than a century and a half now, and probably a lot longer before that in more historic times, but in print and by people like Nobel Prize winners, and they're not idiots, proved that there was life after death. They communicated with people. If you need that evidence, I suggest you look at sites like that of Victor Zamet, who also supplies a nice Friday report once a week, where you can find lots and lots of links that will actually lead you to scientists of today who are investigating and getting positive proof, as well as those of yesteryear, and to different mediums, healers, and all sorts. Reincarnation cases, if you don't know about that. But the main point of this video is to say, there's nothing to be afraid of. People die on the earth, or from the earth, but it's like removing an overcoat. So you remove your overcoat and off you go, back to the spirit world where you came from in the first place. You could be multiple centuries old. My connections with my guide, who's on the wall, you can't see behind me, or a portrait of him, our origins date back together tens of thousands of years, I was told. I mean, and that's a long time. But you think in terms of eternity, we've got eternity. So what's tens of thousands of years? As well as Victor Zamet, you can look at, and I will put links to all these at the bottom. You can go and find spirit teachings through sites like Robert Goodwin's with the teachings of White Feather, his guide, who speaks through Robert while he's in trance. You can also look at historic ones, great voice, not trance ones, but voice recordings from Spirit Direct on Leslie Flint's site. And it's absolutely fascinating things to hear and witness auditorily. By going to that site, you can find people who are communicating and talking about things involving Atlantis and Lemuria. And what else? You can find one, very amusing one, who used to help highwaymen in the, I don't know which century it was, 18th century, something like that. You can find people who say they were earthbound and acted effectively as a ghost on Earth and quite enjoyed scaring people on Earth for 100 odd years before she moved on. I mean, a whole range, and one's teaching about the multiple dimensions in spirit life. Absolutely fascinating stuff, and all wonderful, and loads of evidence amongst them all. And what else was I going to mention? Let's check it out with my glasses here. I think that's probably about it. The eyes are not as good as they used to be, but what the hell? They'll be better when I get back to spirit life, and that's the thing. We all get back there. So in relation to the current situation, what are you afraid of? It may not be death, it might just be getting ill with this so-called COVID. And I'll perhaps do another video to say why I say so-called. But if you get ill, that's normal. That's life on Earth. We get ill, we recover, and as a result you usually become immune to a virus, if it's a virus in the first place. And otherwise, what is there to be worried about or afraid of? You might be afraid of infecting other people. Well, don't be. It's their job to look after themselves and to open their minds and to discover the truth. People need to be open-minded and learn that life is eternal. What is the matter with these people, I ask, who don't want to investigate? What are they afraid of finding? That it's true? So why are they afraid of finding that? There's closed-minded skeptics, and I can do another one on that. That if they're father or mother or whatever appeared before them would probably think they were hallucinated or that they'd gone into some sort of dream state and still deny it. But that sort of person is few and far between and becoming fewer and further between. So get out there and investigate if you haven't done so already. Follow the links and you'll find loads of fascinating stuff. And watch out for further videos because I'll be trying to say more and answer more and explain more. And of course, if you really want to, you can also, and I would encourage you to get out there and read my books as well. Why not? Do a plug for myself, but it isn't necessary to read mine if you don't want to. Just follow these links and you'll find loads and loads and loads of evidence. So have fun doing it and tell everybody else, because there's really, really nothing to be afraid of. So don't be. Be happy. What else can I say? Nothing. It's all down to you. Nobody can do it for you. Take care then. Best wishes.